afternoon and thank you for joining us. We are currently under a weather impact alert for some possible severe weather. Meteorologist Nathan Scott is watching things closely for us. Nathan, what are we looking at?
Good afternoon, Jurnee. Out there right now, we've got a mixture of sun and clouds, but you take a look at the radar and we've got some ugly weather approaching the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma. A line of storms with severe weather potential already in the works into eastern Oklahoma. We got severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings issued for parts of Oklahoma. So that is going to be moving into West Arkansas within the next hour or two, as it is a complex of storms running into a very unstable air mass. And we do have a tornado watch that is in effect until 5 o'clock as close as Yell County, Garland County, Hot Spring County, and Clark County, and off to the west. Now, this may need to be extended into parts of central Arkansas as the day wears on. Look at the temperatures, already approaching 80 degrees. You see that shield of clouds associated with that complex of thunderstorms into Oklahoma, but temperatures ahead of that line will continue to warm up into the low to mid 80s. So be prepared for changing weather conditions going through the afternoon. Here's how future radar sees things. That line of storms will move into West Arkansas around 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be a wall of heavy rain and also some gusty winds. And there could be pockets of damaging wind gusts, maybe even a couple of tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Just in time for the evening rush, that's when things go downhill here in the metro. I'm going to have more on the severe weather potential and the rest of your work week forecast coming up.
Well, we first told you about Arkansas's newest measles case during our show yesterday. Today, we want to take a closer look at what is now our first community spread case. Catherine Rowley spoke with the health department about what to know if you are exposed to the virus.
It's probably the most contagious infectious disease that humankind knows.
What makes measles so contagious is how long the virus can stay in the air. Unlike a cold or flu, wiping down surfaces doesn't help protect against it. While the MMR vaccine is the most effective way to be protected against the virus, Dr. Jennifer Dillahay tells us there is a difference between being fully and partially vaccinated.
This person had received 1 of 2 doses of measles vaccine.
But what does that mean?
2 doses would be considered to be fully vaccinated. The first recommended dose is at 12 months of age, 12 to 15 months of age. And then the second dose is generally at 4 to 6 years of age.
With that potential 3-year gap in shots, Dr. Dillahay says some children could be eligible for an early dose.
We are saying that children who are 6 months through 11 months of age could receive an early dose.
Although this would not count as the 2 doses needed to be fully vaccinated, Dillahay says that this could help protect if a person who is not fully vaccinated is exposed. For those hoping herd immunity could keep the measles at bay, Dr. Dillahay isn't sold.
But most counties in Arkansas have MMR vaccination rates that are too low to provide community immunity.
And the health department says it does have the MMR vaccine for anyone who decides to get vaccinated. If you're interested, we have information right now on our website. That's thv11.com. A heads up for anyone who finds themselves around the Little Rock Zoo today. It's hosting an all-day emergency training exercise with UAMS. That means you may see some unusual activity, including several emergency vehicles. Zoo officials stress that it's all part of a drill and says nothing you see is real. The two organizations are just practicing for possible emergencies. The training is expected to last throughout the day. A major tech project with possible controversy could be coming to Little Rock. According to our partners at Arkansas Business, an unnamed company is planning to build a $1 billion data center at the port. The company says the facility will create around 50 jobs with room for expansion. City leaders approved the deal with Willow Bend Capital, which represents the developer offering utility breaks, a long-term tax cut, and infrastructure upgrades to support the site. Now, the project closely resembles a $1 billion data center planned in Conway, and both appear tied to the same organizer. Last month, Conway leaders told us that proposed facility is not related to crypto or data mining. President Trump is urging patience after new government data shows the U.S. economy shrank in the first quarter of 2025. Natalie Brand is at the White House, where the president will be joined by a number of CEOs later this afternoon as he delivers remarks on investing in America.
A day after President Trump celebrated the first 100 days of his second term, new government data on the GDP shows the U.S. economy contracted in the first quarter for the first time in 3 years. The Trump administration is downplaying the report.
We had a fairly extraordinary surge of imports that was totally driven by the rest of the world trying to get their products in here before the tariffs took full hold.
In a social media post, the president urged patience and blamed the Biden administration for the numbers.
That's Biden. That's not Trump, because we came in on January. This is quarterly numbers.
The economic data comes as the president has invited top business leaders, including CEOs from NVIDIA and Johnson & Johnson, to the White House later this afternoon to tout new investments in the U.S.
They're building because of the tariffs, and November 5th gave them the tariffs.
But many Americans say they're feeling the pinch now.
Your food went up, gas went up, our wages went down.
Utility bills have went up, groceries have went sky high.
While the president has said China wants to make a trade deal, on Wednesday he said there is no update on negotiations. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Wall Street opened lower following the GDP report. The S&P 500 fell 1.5% in Wednesday morning trading, and the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq were also down. We're learning more about the victims of that horrific accident in central Illinois when a car plowed through a school building. Vigils were held yesterday to honor 18-year-old Riley Britton, 7-year-old Alma Bernkerkemp, 7-year-old Catherine Corley, and 8-year-old Ansley Johnson. Police identified the driver as 44-year-old Marianne Akers, a former food service employee at Chatham Elementary School. Illinois State Police say they don't believe the crash was intentional. Akers has not been charged, and toxicology results are pending. Today marks day 3 of the trial for 3 former Memphis police officers in the killing of Tyree Nichols. Yesterday, Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, and Tadarius Bean took the stand to recall what led up to Tyree's beating and what happened after. Video of Tyree's arrest and beating were replayed over several hours, resulting in the Nichols family leaving the courtroom. The officers face charges for second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. You can watch the trial unfold in real time on THV11 Plus and on THV11.com. We will have that live stream available for the entirety of the trial.